We're here on the Chewathil First Nation, just outside of Hope, BC, where just last week this community was completely cut off for 4 days. They had no power and there was flooding all around them. As you can see behind me, the Army has now arrived because we're just hours away from another storm. With the Canadian government sending 500 soldiers to flood-ravaged BC, this platoon was sent to help sandbag around these homes to prevent more water damage. This is Naomi Johns House. She says she's incredibly grateful for the support of the Canadian Army and her two nephews who are helping.
I feel great to meet some of the guys from the armed forces, to be here and support us, and our community members, and my family. They're here, so it's been a blessing. We're just really happy. It takes a lot of stress off my family to have us taken care of right now.
Lieutenant Isaac Coleman is stationed in Edmonton. He normally commands 16 soldiers, but today he's in charge of 20 soldiers here at the Chewathil First Nation, helping prep for the next series of storms.
It flew out here by Hercules, so the first chalk flew in 96 hours ago, and I flew in about 48 hours ago. So it was a nice feeling to know that we were coming in to actually help people doing a domestic op, and that there was people who were actually in need of help out here. So
this cell phone footage shows the extent of the flooding that engulfed this community. At some points, it was waist deep high. Naomi says she has never seen anything like this in her life.
The emergency was to try to stream some of this water out of here because our backyards were flooded and we didn't have hardly any support. Like, it was very scary and hard and stressful.
She says luckily no water entered into her house, but her other family members who live nearby weren't so lucky. Just down the road on Highway 7, this massive mudslide closed down the highway in both directions. And on the other side of the reserve, a rock slide essentially cut the community right off by road for 4 days. DEANNA John is a band counselor. She says they had a generator set up in the gym and took in 90 stranded motorists who were trapped between the mudslide and the rock slide.
We could only get through with the truck, couldn't get through with a car or anything, and when we made it here, they were already set up in the gym with allowing all the stranded people to sit in the gym and try and warm up.
Rose Peters is the band manager. She says it was chaos during that harrowing experience.
We didn't know what to do. Like, we've never had this happen before, so this is the first time we've opened up a warming center for people, stranded people, and our community members. So we didn't have no food. We weren't prepared. We had like six moose hamburgers, and then we made a call out for donations, and our people did really good coming forward, bringing food in so we could cook for everybody.
During this scary time of a pandemic, was it worrisome for you to have that many strangers here all together?
Yeah, it was, but we did the whole COVID stuff, like masks and sanitizers and distancing. We tried to, but it's really hard in our gym.
APTN deployed a drone to capture the extent of the damage, showing up close just how much water, mud, trees, and debris came tumbling down after the storm called an atmospheric river. That storm produced nearly 250 millimeters of rain in just 48 hours. Since then, the highway has been cleared for traffic in both directions, but there is a major concern for the impending storms on their way this week and the instability of the area. Meteorologists are warning of another atmospheric river on Thursday and continued rain until early next week. DEANNA John has a message for the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, if you're listening, please help us with getting our creeks functionable so that we're not dealing with flooding every year, so we can actually maintain our resources that we have back here. And a lot of our people lost a lot of freezers. Everybody down here had a freezer, and they've lost all of their meat, wild meat, fish, everything, you name it. It was in there, berries, veggies, you name it, was in there, and it's all gone.
Tina House, APTN National News, Chewathil First Nation.